What is going on YouTube and weight loss warriors? It's your boy C-Dub and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about the effects of yoga, the effects of sauna, and the effects of cold temperatures on weight loss. And I'm going to do it right after this. Hey guys, what is happening? Thank you for clicking on my channel. If you're a weight loss warrior, I appreciate your support. And if you've never seen my channel before, I lost 125 pounds eating one meal a day. And I have a channel dedicated to helping you understand more about how to lose weight and some of the science and fun stuff behind it. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Make sure everybody hits that like button if you like this video. Help YouTube push this out to more people. With all of that said, I want to hop right into this important topic today. And the reason this happened is I got a tweet and it was talking about the studies of hot yoga and a sauna on your health, and it ended up also talking about some cold temperature stuff. So I will have all of this linked down below. And I found that this study was super interesting, and so I wanted to bring it to the attention of some of my viewers here so that you can kind of get an idea of something you may not have ever thought of or may have thought of. So at first jump, just asking you the question straight out, do you think hot yoga can relate to improving your health at that kind of level of weight loss or anything else? The question there for me was, well, of course, anytime you're doing any kind of physical activity, you are going to essentially be more healthy than you would be if you were not doing it. But with that said, there's a lot of things that go into weight loss. And the main thing that I think people want to get away from is the fact that in order to lose weight, you have to eat less. And that's the problem that most people have. So yes, you can increase your exercise. I can exercise 4 hours a day, and I'm ultimately going to lose more weight eating everything that I've always eaten. But ultimately, you have to cut back on the amount of food you put in your mouth. I don't really care what diet you want to go on or whatever you want to do. It's the food intake that's going to put you in the grave. So at the end of the day, we're always trying to come up with other ways, and I think that that's why intermittent fasting comes into play. But what can we do besides intermittent fasting to kind of tangle some other benefits out of it? And so when I first heard the hot yoga thing, I thought, I don't know about, it being any better than any other kind of exercise. But when I read this study, caught my attention. First of all, people that did hot yoga 3 times a month had lower blood pressure than the people that didn't. And I thought that was a super interesting thing right off the bat to read. That if you go to yoga 3 times a month, hot yoga, your blood pressure will drop lower than it normally would for the average person. So those of you that are going to yoga are going to have better blood pressure than if you didn't go, which was interesting. And that led me to dig a little deeper, and that found another study on the usage of saunas. And the usage of saunas was really interesting because this study was an in-depth, long-term study for a lot of years. They took people from 50 years old to 65 years old, and they broke them up into a group that was using a sauna 3 times a week and a group that was not using a sauna at all. And they watched these guys over the course of the next 15 years. And those that did not die of accidental causes in this study, the ones that went to the sauna did extremely better in a lot of areas of their health. But most interesting for you, the weight loss warriors, is the guys that went to the sauna 3 times a week for that 15-year span had 4% less body fat than the counterparts that did not. So over the course of 15 years, they came in at 4% skinnier than the people that did not do the sauna. And so you kind of ask, well, whoa, why is that? There's also been a lot of theory as to being extremely cold and that activating brown fat, which then burns regular fat, and that extremely cold temperatures also can activate fat burning. So, is any of this true? Is any of this something that can be done? I don't know if the answers are just laid down, nicely like we'd want. We're on the cutting edge right now in the world of starting to understand longevity and starting to understand life expectancy. The problem with that is you have a small group of dedicated scientists that are trying to figure out how we live longer, what we need to do, how our eating affects us, and you've got a large mass of people that are making money off of food in the health industry. So these two groups don't get along or can't get along, and the bigger group overshadows the smaller group that's trying to do the positive thing. So these studies that we need to have aren't always out there to be seen. So ultimately, though, this study does show 4% gain there when you are putting yourself under stresses. So if you're asking yourself why that is the case, there is a group of doctors that believe, and scientists, that when you've put your body under the stress of extreme heat or extreme cold a couple of times a month, what happens to your body is it activates genes that that resist against that to help you get through those moments. Those genes are a form of stress, just like exercise is. Exercise is a form of stress, and intermittent fasting is a form of stress. So this is activating a different form of stress, but it is believed that this form of stress helps fight cancer, helps fight all kinds of autoimmune diseases, it helps fight all kinds of good things, and it activates your fat burning, it appears. And so all of that combined says that we need to put ourselves into situations that are extremely hot or extremely cold a couple of times a month if we want to reap the biggest benefits of our weight loss journey. Now, again, I lost 125 pounds. I didn't go to the sauna one time. I did take a couple of ice baths, but never on a regular basis. And so I'm not saying that it's the only way. I'm living proof that it's not. I did it without these things. But for you, as somebody that wants to get the best out of their experience and do it as quickly as possible, adding in going to the sauna a couple of times a week for 30 minutes, a couple of times a month, will do you some good. It also was said that people that go 3 times a week have even lower blood pressure and even lower fat burning. So that's something to think of too. And if you're already going to the gym 3 times a week, it's probably not that big a deal to hop on over to the sauna for 30 minutes and sit in it. And then when you're at home, you can take ice baths. I stop at 7-Eleven, I'll grab a 20-pound thing of ice, I'll throw them in there, especially when I've walked like a good 10 or 11 miles in a day, just to make sure that my inflammation and soreness is down the next day. I want to be able to walk the next day, so I always take an ice bath. It works like a charm for me. So it does cost you a couple of bucks, but if you go pick up a big old one of those 20-pound bags of ice at 7-Eleven, throw it in your tub, you will be golden. So these are just a few different things that you can do to put you in a situation where maybe you get a little bit more results. Also keep in mind that 4% of your body weight is not a great deal of weight. You're talking maybe an additional 10 pounds over the course of many years, but it is something that your body is going to like in a weird way. So on the last note of that is that if you are out there and you are doing anything when it comes to weight loss, the more stress in a way you can put yourself under, the better the result is. And so what I mean by that is, of course, exercise, as we know, is a stress to your body. So if you're lifting weights, if you're doing things like that, your body is getting sore, it's becoming stressed, it's feeling the pressure, and so therefore it is going to do more work. On the other side of that, if you push your eating off, your body now has to burn different parts of its body and do different things and release different hormones that it's not used to doing, and therefore you're making your body work again through stress. And this situation with extreme heat and extreme cold is very similar to both of the other two. It puts you into situations where you are going to stress out your body, which is going to make most likely better results. And also keep in mind that if you're doing hot yoga or you're getting in a sauna or you're doing exercise fasted, you're going to get even faster results because you're going to burn through any glycogen stores and you're going to get going and all of that. One other note on that though is make sure you're hydrated enough, especially if you're going into a hot yoga class fasted. Make sure you're paying attention to your body. Don't do anything that's going to make you pass out or make you put you in a situation where you're not feeling good or you're sick or you can't get to the gym the next day. You have to be able to balance all of that stuff and put it into a nice pretty package. But I did think you might want this information. So as you guys can see right there, I am. Go click on me and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And all of you that have subscribed, you know your boy loves you. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for being a weight loss warrior. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.